In making the decision to franchise, one of the first things that you should look at is the question of franchisability. Franchisability, or the question of whether or not your business has what it takes to succeed as a franchise, is a relatively complex question. We have a DVD that we provide to our clients and to companies thinking about franchising that goes into a great deal of detail on the subject, but it basically boils down to three core issues. The first issue is whether or not you have what it takes to sell franchises. In order to be able to sell franchises, what we're typically looking for is we're looking for a company that has some credibility, that has an operating prototype, that is making money. We look for a company that has maybe gotten some public acclaim or public relations. We look for something that is unique, that has a strong value proposition to the potential franchisee. And that ultimately will tell us whether or not it is saleable. Now, there's some old studies out there that talk about the saleability of a franchise and how many franchises get sold. They talk about median numbers of 4 franchises in the first year, and they talk about 9 franchises are the average number in the first year. But franchise sales is really about franchise marketing. How much money do you spend on franchise marketing? And having a good concept to begin with, something that is saleable. So number one under franchisability is, can you sell franchises? The next thing that you want to look for in determining franchisability is your ability to duplicate the concept from one market to the next. So we look at things like, is the business teachable? Is the business systemized? Is it going to work from one market to the next? Is it adaptable? Because ultimately, as a franchisor, we need to clone this business from one market to the next. And the last thing we look for is return on investment. And this is really the acid test of franchising. Is this business going to throw off an adequate return on investment, both for the franchisee and for the franchisor? So when we're trying to make that determination, the first thing we want to do is we want to take a look at the size of the investment for a franchisee. How much is the franchisee going to have to spend to, not just on franchise fees, but also on building out an operating unit, the working capital that they're going to require? And so we start by taking a look at that investment, and that's going to give us one half of the equation. The other half is, how much can that franchisee earn, not necessarily in year 1, but by year 2 or year 3, how much can that franchisee earn? And when we're looking at earnings, we're trying to look at earnings adjusted for the salary that a franchisee would take out. So a franchisee is entitled to get a return both on the time that they spend if they're an owner-operator and on the money that they invest. And ultimately what we're looking for an individual franchise, something that would be run by an owner-operator, is a return on investment of at least 15%, and that's cash on cash, basically taking the amount returned on a fully adjusted basis divided by the investment. And if we take a look at that, we're looking for a 15% rate of return on that investment. Or for somebody who's going to be selling area development contracts where they have one franchisee operating multiple locations, we're going to look for about 20% because that area developer is going to have to support an infrastructure to provide support to their owned and managed units. Now the calculation for this is a lot more complex than that. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we do have a videotape, a 1.5 hour long DVD on how to franchise a business that's available at no charge at www.iFranchiseGroup.com. So if you would like to learn more about franchisability and see some real-world examples of how this might work, contact us at either 708-957-2300 or go to www.iFranchiseGroup.com and request one of our DVDs on how to franchise a business.